Hello everyone, and welcome back to W Bricks, and welcome on into another LEGO Ninjago review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the last LEGO Ninjago set of 2024, the Source Dragon of Motion. Given set number 71822 and having 1,716 pieces, this set has a total of 6 minifigures, none of which are exclusive, at a $150 price point. Will it be worth it? You'll find out by the end of the review. Starting off with the box art, I really like the front of this box. It looks really good and displays the set perfectly. Moving around to the first side of the box, as always, there is quite literally nothing special going on over here. But when we flip it around to the back of the box, you get to see that dragon just beautifully. I mean, it looks absolutely tremendous here on this box art. And down on the left-hand side, usually it's on the right, but this time it's on the left, you get to see the Lord Ra's throne area along with the dimensions of this dragon. And it is absolutely massive. For the last thing on the back, there are no thumb tabs. Let's go. Let's go. You'll love to see no thumb tabs. Moving around to the other side of the box, you got a great picture of Lord Ra's here. I think it looks really clean. Finally, at the top of the box, you get to see all of the minifigures included in the set with their accessories, along with a few of those small baby dragon pieces. And Lord Ra's is the star minifigure of this set. With the box out of the way, let's take a deep dive into this absolutely massive Ninjago set. Starting off with the minifigures, there are 6 minifigures in this set, but like I said, none of them are exclusive at that $150 price point, unless you would consider this Aaron minifigure exclusive with the armor piece. First up here, we've got the 3 Ninja minifigures, and I really like all 3 of them, yet I find it disappointing to be seeing this Wildfire minifigure yet again, considering that they started releasing her in January. I really don't think they should have released this minifigure until late March, in that March wave, or just wait entirely until this wave. I think all the hype for this minifigure is completely gone at this point, and nobody cares to receive her. Aaron and Kai, on the other hand, look really nice here, and even though this Kai suit is not canon, I am absolutely in love with it, and I think it looks just absolutely perfect. Moving on to the Claw Warrior here. Is he a Claw Warrior? Because he doesn't have the claws this time. He actually has one of those really beautiful dual molded swords. I love the way this guy looks from the front, the back. Those beautiful red overhead claws look absolutely incredible. The transparent red is perfect along with that bright red. But if you saw my other reviews, you know the big problem with this minifigure is that they didn't just make a new face print for underneath. I mean, they just needed to make it purple, but reusing that blue one is an absolutely disgusting slap in the face. Moving on to the final 2 minifigures, you've got Jordana on the left and of course Lord Ra's. These 2 minifigures are really good, other than the fact that the Jordana should have dark gray armor and not light silver armor. It is just completely wrong. Taking a look at Lord Ra's though, that arm printing is absolutely gorgeous, and I only wish we got more arm printing in LEGO Ninjago because it really helps that minifigure stand out. Once again, they got the dark gray armor right on Lord Ra's, but they didn't on Jordana. It's such a little thing, and I don't know how they couldn't get it right. Moving on, we also get 6 of these absolutely gorgeous tiny little baby fire dragons. These things are absolutely perfect. Speaking of perfect, here is the Source Dragon of Motion, and wow, is it gorgeous. I mean, this thing is a work of art from toe all the way up to the very tip of that Lord Ra's saddle. I mean, this thing is an absolute masterpiece, and I only wish that it was actually accurate to the TV show. I don't really understand the whole point of doing this Lord Ra's saddle area when it didn't appear in the TV show and it was nothing that ever happened in Ninjago. It looks awesome, but I just don't know why. Speaking of that saddle, to remove it, first up here, you're gonna wanna take off the chains around the neck. You're gonna have to unfasten the chain from the neck and unfasten the second chain attaching to that chain. Then what you're gonna do is pull up these little bars that clip on to the dragon's body on either side, and then you're just going to kind of lift off this Lord Ra's saddle area. And I really like the saddle area, especially that massive gong, but we'll take a look at that in a second. You also have these 2 chains that'll have to sit off to the side. Taking a look at that Lord Ra's saddle, I mean, this thing is gorgeous all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom. Look at that beautiful saddle. The gong piece looks incredible here with that beautifully printed shield right in the middle. The wolf head at the top looks great. I love all the spikes. The Technic rods look perfect. I mean, this thing just turned out great. Starting with the dragon legs, these things are pretty solid, and I really like how they look. They've got a good range of motion from front to back, but there is no sideways motion on either the front or the back legs. You just have that forward to back, no side to side rotation. The feet, of course, are on ball joints and rotate all around, but I'd really like for you to take a look at those legs and how beautifully they're sculpted. I mean, they're really, really beautiful. Really, really done well. Moving this wing out of the way, you're going to take a look at the body here. And it's got this really nice twisting capability right in the center. And take a look at how perfectly these pieces match up when you bend the dragon to one side. I mean, it looks just perfect. But one thing I do complain about the dragon is how thin it is. It just looks really skinny, in my opinion, from the top down. I mean, look at that. That's the center of the dragon. That's the big beefy area. And it just feels really, really thin. Now, of course, you don't see it from the side. It looks massive from the side. But when you get that overhead angle, the legs are what's really giving beef to the dragon. Otherwise, the dragon is just a stick in there, and I think it's really, really awkward to see. The wings, on the other hand, are absolutely beautiful. I mean, seriously, look at those vinyl wings. They're done so well. The transparent orange, the bright orange, the flame yellowish orange, the red. I mean, it's so perfect. And look at this rotation of the wings too. I mean, you can pose this in almost any possible way you want. Look at this. You can literally flap the wing like it's a dragon. I mean, it's perfect. One thing I will say about the wings, though, is right here on this side. And as you see, I just feel like this little bar holding up the wings is a little too thick, in my opinion. And all the different little holes and breaks in it isn't my favorite design choice. Moving to the head, though, you guys know I'm not a big fan of this style of Lego Ninjago Dragon head, but they actually nailed it here, and it turned out looking perfect. I mean, look at that head on. It looks very menacing, very scary. I just absolutely love the dragon head, and look at this rotation on the neck. I mean, you can pose this thing all over. Look at that. You got like a ball joint area right there. The head is attached to that second part of the neck, but you still have all that ball joint rotation along with the nice movement across the bottom of it as well. Of course, the mouth can be opened up. I mean, you can pose this dragon in so many different ways. Moving around to the bottom of the dragon so you can see it here. I mean, this thing looks really, really good. That continuous trail of gold looks awesome. Moving to the tail, I will say I'm just not a big fan of the tail. I typically love tails on dragons, but what gets me is the dark gray and light gray just sticking out here. With the most of this dragon, there's not much dark or light gray at all, yet in this area, it just sticks out way too much. As you see, there's not as much rotation as I typically like. You only have up and down from that back section, and then it's just side to side with the rest of it. If you want to bend it, you're going to have to break apart one of the ball joints to kind of bend it in the orientation you want. And you can definitely do that. I'll do it for my display, but I just wish there would have been a little bit more height on this tail, been able to raise it up a little bit more. Overall, I'm really, really impressed with this dragon, and even without the saddle, it stands really tall and looks absolutely perfect. I mean, just look at that thing, guys. It really is breathtaking. Here we are at the end of the review, and the question on everybody's mind is it worth the money? Obviously, this is the most expensive Lego Ninjago Dragon that's ever been released, and is it worth that $150 price point? I'm gonna say yes, it is worth the $150 price point. If you're looking for a solid big Lego Ninjago set, this is probably the set for you. This thing is really, really awesome and is one of the best Ninjago sets on shelves right now. But I still would not rank this a 10 out of 10. I think you're really close to perfection, but you're just not there yet. One, with this set, I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because it's just not accurate to the show. It makes absolutely no sense, and I don't know where the designer team and the TV show team went wrong. Clearly, there was a massive miscommunication here, and this just doesn't exist. And I'm disappointed it doesn't exist. I think it would have been really cool to see Lord Ra's Corruptosaurus Dragon. I think that would have been really awesome, especially with the saddle and the massive gong. It would have been very, very cool in the show. It's just not real. It doesn't exist. It's not real to the show. And I find that really disappointing. I think that maybe if you cut out that Lord Ra's saddle area, maybe drop $20, $30 off the price, bring it down to $120, throw in Knocked, this is going to be a 10 out of 10 set easy. But it just doesn't make sense to the show, and I just can't give it a 10 out of 10 when it doesn't make sense. Overall, I'm really impressed by the dragon. I think that they did an incredible job. As you look at it, the color scheme matches perfectly. Obviously, the gold, the dark red, the regular red, it just flows so naturally through this entire build, and I absolutely love it. There's only that one spot where the random colors come through, and that is with the tail, and I just feel like that could have been avoided by them creating some new piece, or the same pieces, but new colors. It could have been easily avoided and looked 10 times better. Typically, when it comes to Lego sets at this scale, there's typically some weird things poking through, some weird colors, and you really just aren't seeing that with this set, and I genuinely am pretty impressed by that. The other thing that I see weird with this set is that it's a Source Dragon emotion. Obviously, in the show, it's called the Source Dragon emotion, but clearly, this was designed as a fire dragon. It's very obvious. I don't care who in the comments says I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. This was clearly designed as a fire dragon. Whether it's the transparent orange fire baby dragons included, or those absolutely stunning glowing orange fiery wings, this was clearly designed to be a fire dragon, and they switched it to the name of the Source Dragon emotion at the last second. There is no way that they designed this not as a fire dragon with the wings, with the baby fire dragons. It just doesn't make sense. Like I said, with this set, there was clearly a massive disconnect between the designers and the TV show team. They clearly didn't talk about stuff, and it leaves this set being severely inaccurate. But, and I can't believe I'm saying this, even though it's inaccurate, it is still a top tier set. I mean, this dragon seriously is breathtaking. If you think it looks good on video, I mean, you can't even imagine how good it is in person. As I was building it, I was like, it's okay. And then the second you get to the steps where you add the head and the neck, it's like, wow, this whole dragon it felt like a whole new build. It was like, wow, this is breathtaking. Then you add on the wings and you're like, wow, this is cool. I mean, seriously, this is an incredible Lego set. Is it a 10 out of 10? No, but it's really dang close. So is it the best Lego Ninjago dragon of all time? You're gonna have to wait for that. In a couple of nights, I'm gonna be releasing a video comparing some of my favorite Lego Ninjago dragons to the Source Dragon emotion, including the Griefbringer, the Skull Sorcerer's dragon, the Lloyd's legendary dragon, the original Flame dragon. I mean, we're gonna be comparing this to a ton of different dragons to see what truly is the best Lego Ninjago dragon. So if you enjoyed this review or found it helpful for your own purchasing experiences, please make sure to hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button as always, and drop the comment down below letting me know if you are going to pick up this set. If you already picked it up, let me know what you think of it, and what would you rank this set on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Thank you guys for watching here today, and thank you guys for watching all of the 2024 reviews. You guys are making my YouTube dream come true, and I cannot thank each and every one of you enough. So if you enjoyed, as always, like, subscribe, and drop that comment down below. And I will see you all later on W Bricks. Ninjago!